Hello, beautiful soul family. Rebecca here, your vibe mentor, bringing you another video on how to raise your vibrations so you can live your best life. And when I say soul family, I do truly mean we are part of the same soul family. That if you are a regular viewer here and part of the community, I just want to say I love you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being part of the New Earth Construction team. That if you are part of this community, you are a critical piece of the New Earth Construction team, and together we are creating heaven on earth. So make sure that you are subscribed and connected to all of your family members here, because as we connect, we get stronger and we amplify each other. Because where two or more are gathered, there the divine is in our midst. So make sure you are subscribed so you don't miss any other videos and you connect with your soul family. All right, so let's talk today about divine guidance. How do I hear and receive divine guidance? And to my surprise, one of my beautiful, lovely clients asked me the question today, where do I go find that video? And I was surprised to see I have not done a video specific to hearing divine guidance. And I really appreciate your questions. Another reason to definitely leave comments is because sometimes we get so close to a topic we forget, or we don't realize that something hasn't been spoken about before, or maybe it wasn't even under the right title so that you could find it. So I am here to share with you how to hear your divine guidance, how to discern what is divine guidance, and how often to, how to stay connected, how to consistently be listening for the next piece of divine guidance. And so I would say the first challenge that we work with is that we are currently under the perception that meditating once a day, or if you're lucky, twice a day, is enough. And that divine guidance will come in the big moments, or when we're asking for answers around our life purpose. But really, divine guidance should be something that you are experiencing on a consistent and regular basis throughout every day, all day long. And it is up to us to tap in and to check in and to get that guidance. That the light, the true, pure source of creation is quiet. It is calm. It is peaceful. It is found in stillness, which is why we recommend meditation. But we need to have this guidance consistently throughout every day, all day long. We live in what appears to be a 3D solid world, but really is actually an energetic world. That what we see around us is created by our perception and by the beliefs and the choices that we make. And so if we want to shift and change what is outside of us, really ultimately, if we want to be happy, if we want to be cared for, if we want to be supported, we need to be in connection with our guidance all the time, especially when we want to create with intention that which we see outside of us. So how do you do it? Check in. Checking in is, maybe I'll give some numbers to these. I didn't write anything down, so we'll see how this goes. Number one is checking in, creating space for stillness all throughout the day. And that does not mean meditate multiple times a day. It just means notice when you get in more of a fight or flight style of energy. You're doing, you're pushing, you're going, you're stressed, you're rushed, you're moving quickly. Drop back in. Take that breath to be back in your body. Focus on your heart if you need to. Just take 30 seconds. Breathe. Get out of the mind into the body and recognize that we have just been in fight or flight, which is very masculine. And now we want to switch into rest, digest, growth, and repair. We want to switch out of the parasympathetic nervous system, which is fight or flight. We want to switch into sorry, I said it wrong. We want to switch out of the sympathetic nervous system, which is fight or flight. We want to switch into the parasympathetic nervous system, which is rest and digest, growth and repair. Fight or flight is very masculine. Rest and digest is very feminine. We cannot receive when we are in an aggressive masculine state. We can receive more readily when we are in a feminine receiving state. So notice when you get animated or too amped up, drop back into the body, take that deep breath, calm the mind by bringing its awareness to the heart and presence in the body. And then get used to, so that's just the dropping back in. Then we just listen. But we want to start creating a habit around asking the question. Remain as king when you're asking questions. So where would you have me go? What would you have me do? What would you have me say? And to whom? So in this moment, I need to create some content for YouTube. What should the topic be? Okay, I have the topic. Now what would we like to say around that? Take some notes. Then go do the thing and then come back. It's lunchtime. What should I have for lunch? I'm thirsty. Should I have water or fresh squeezed orange juice? Right? My kids are acting up. I don't know how to deal with this. What is the best way to handle this right now? Start creating a consistent habit of checking in and asking these questions. It's not up to us. Life is not up to us. It's not up to us to manifest. It's not up to us to figure out all the things. It's not up to us to solve all the problems. It's not up to us to figure out what our life purpose is. It's up to us to drop in and ask for guidance and then follow the action that is given. So many times people will question, I hear things, but I'm not sure. Is that true divine guidance? Is that my ego? Is that, a thought habit? How do I know? Which voice do I listen to? So your intuition is the first thing that comes to you. Your divine guidance is often very similar to your intuition, but some ways to know. First off, just let me really reiterate what I just said because it's really critically important. The first thing that comes to mind is usually right and best. So notice that everything that comes after that is usually ego and fear and maybe even your trauma voice trying to talk you out of something or rationalize something. When you get in the mind and you're mulling things over, that's not a good place to be. Trust the initial drop-in of the initial intuition that is likely your higher guidance, divine guidance, some sort of being of light that is supporting you and giving you the necessary insight. From there, another point to notice is divine guidance, love, light. It's always kind. It's always loving. It's always encouraging. It never comes from a place of fear. If you feel afraid or nervous or worried, or you're hearing a voice that says, if you don't do this, then that will happen, that is not divine guidance. It only comes from a place of love and support, never from fear. Another way to discern is start to notice when something drops in and comes to you without you going to get it. That likely is some sort of divinely inspired insight. That when we ask a question and then we find the brain going out to look for the answer, then that's ego, the brain, trauma. You never know. Can't be certain. But especially when things drop in, they are brought to you. Then again, we have to run that through the filter. Is this loving? Is this supportive? Is this creating fear? But oftentimes when they drop in, it is from a source of light. Another thing that you can do too is to call in your support network. I love to work with the angels. My favorites are kind of the go-tos, right? I call in Archangel Michael, Raphael, Gabriel, Uriel, Jophiel, Sandalphon, right? And I do that all the time. Anytime I'm feeling that there's an imbalance in me, I will drop back in. I will be in the body. I will focus my attention on my heart. I like to take 5 count deep breaths, 5 count in, 5 count out. Through the nose is usually best. It's up to you where you're at on a day if you can do that. And then I clear the energy, call in the support, and then I ask my question. So where you are at and what your energetic resonance is will determine how well you are able to receive the guidance and what guidance is attracted to you. If you are struggling at a lower frequency, you're struggling with emotions that are challenging, you may want to call in your guides, your support, whatever you feel necessary to help cleanse and clear the energy, and then ask your question so that you're not tainting the response or calling in responses that may not be from the light. Okay, it doesn't have to be super complex. We in the United States play a game called Marco Polo. It's a pool game where one person is blindfolded and they have to find the other people in the pool, and they do so by saying Marco, and then everybody else has to respond Polo, and it's kind of a ping, right? It's a ping back and forth. The one person says Marco and the other say Polo, and I can kind of hear where is that polo coming from, and they are drawn towards it, and then Marco Polo, right? And so it was the best piece of guidance. One of the funnest ones was the suggestion given to me that we are to play Marco Polo with the divine. That this is an endless game that we play all day long, constantly sending out the ping. Where are we at? Where do you want me to go? Where are we at? Where do you want me to go? Where are we at? Where do you want me to go? Constantly. It is not up to me. And many times if you feel a lot of pressure in the shoulders, you feel a lot of responsibility for taking care of everything in life, you feel like it's always up to you to make things happen and to go figure things out, that is incorrect. That means you are trying to do God's job. Take a step back and say, I give it all. This is not up to me. I don't have to figure this out. I surrender to the divine. Where would you have me go? What would you have me say? To whom? However you want to pose those questions. All right. I love you guys. Please make sure you like, subscribe, and share. Even just a little emoji comment is greatly appreciated. It really helps YouTube algorithm. I struggle with that word. I'm getting better at that word. Make sure you click this button to subscribe. Otherwise, this video is customized to your preferences, so check it out. I will see you on the flip side. Namaste, my friends. I love you.